What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now I know it's been about 2 months since I've last uploaded a video, but the support on the channel has just continued to grow. I think we're on 22 subscribers now, which isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things, but to me that's a lot. And the hidden features video is at like 3,600 views now, so thank you for everyone that's watched that and the 42 people that liked it. But yeah, just seeing it grow has motivated me to pick up the camera again and make another video. So today we're going to be doing pros and cons on the Corsa VXR. Now, I've owned this car for about 9 months now, so I feel like I can give you a good insight of what it's like to own one. So let's start off with the car's looks, insides, because I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things why people buy these cars. So obviously the VXR is like, it's got its own look. Like, compare it to standard Corsa, you know which one's the VXR without looking at the badge, which is what I like about the car. Because in some cars, sports version, you have to really look. These stand out, especially like obviously the blue is a VXR blue, so, but even the black ones, the red ones, you get them in standard Corsas, but you know which is the VXR and which isn't. I mean, little things like these gills here, the triangle exhaust, or if you've got a Nurbo, then you've got the twin exhaust. So yeah, everything about this car, style, looks, I've put a lot of thought into making it different to a standard Corsa. I mean, I know mine's filthy and it is parked in the mud at the moment, but yeah, I mean, like the inside, the Recaros, and the inside's also a mess. The car's locked. The Recaros, they're standard in the VXRs. You can upgrade them to full leather and they are heated as well. But yeah, you've got the flat bottom steering wheel, the piano black, centre console. I mean, everything's just really smooth. The gearbox, it's all styled, I'd say quite smart on the inside. Even the outside, I know it looks very boy racer. The cars get a lot of stick, but I don't think they deserve it. I think they are good cars, especially if they're well looked after. Then the common issues, such as the gearbox, the M32 gearbox, cylinder 4, the issues are just less common if you look after the car. So I'm going to jump back in the car now because it's freezing out here, and then we'll carry on the video. Before I jump back in the car, I've got 2 cons with the wing mirrors. Out of all things I know, but the wing mirrors. One, you physically cannot push the wing mirrors in, so if you live on a tight road, you make sure you park right up to the curb without scratching your alloys, obviously. And 2, I don't know if you can see it much on, oh there you go. These wing mirrors are known for cracking like that, and I hate it, so I don't even bother looking at my wing mirrors anymore. But yeah, I'm jumping back in the car. That's what I just said. I said I don't look at the wing mirrors. I do look at my wing mirrors obviously when I'm driving. I just don't look at the wing mirrors from outside of the car because of the cracking. Anyway, the pro of the car, I'm gonna say this with passion. The car is fun to drive. I know it's only a Corsa, but it's a fun car to drive. It will stick to bends. Like, I've thrown this, not that I recommend it, but I've thrown this around roundabouts at like 40, 50 mile an hour, and it's just stuck to the road. Stuck? One of the two. It's stuck to the road. And I'm not feared that it's going to slide out or it's going to roll. It just feels secure, and I do feel like the bucket seats help that. It builds your confidence because you feel stuck in the seat. So yeah, Recaro did a good job putting these seats in here. Filling the car up will cost you about 40 to 50 quid, but you will get like 350 miles out of that. A good like 30 to 35 mpg depending on how you drive it. Obviously I use it as a daily car, so I try to get like 35 mpg. But yeah, I mean, if you just, not that I recommend it, but if you're always ragging the car, then you're not gonna see them kind of numbers. Going on to ragging the car, con with the car, cylinder 4 is shit. I'm just gonna say it like that. The pistons in this car are not great at all. People don't tend to remap them like a lot without a lot of upgrades to injectors and stuff like that, because from factory the injectors are maxed, so if you remap it, the injectors can't handle what you're throwing at it. So best way to put this is, yeah, you just basically, your car poos out a piston. Basically, it's just, yeah, that's just how good the engines are in these cars. But if you look after it, and if you're thinking of buying one, make sure it's got full service history, because I recommend servicing these like every 6,000 miles. Any performance car you want to service a lot, I suppose, but yeah, especially with this engine, every 6,000 miles, just to make sure your oil's always clean and whatever. And the gearbox, the M32 gearbox, is known as a chocolate gearbox for a reason. Like, I suppose it's worse in the VXRs because obviously they get ragged more, so you're hard changing gears and downshifting gears. They are in other cars, but they don't tend to go as much because a driving style kind of thing. But yeah, always bear in mind, cylinder 4 and the M32 gearbox. Always let the engine warm up before you rag it. Always let it cool down when you finish ragging it. Probably my best advice, only on a VXR. Let's talk about insurance on a VXR. Now I'm 23 years old. I got it when I was 22. My old insurance wouldn't insure me on a turbo car, so I had to change insurance. But instead of cancelling my old insurance, I just suspended it. So I just took the 2 years off my old, 2 years no claims off my old insurance. I put it onto this insurance. So with 2 years no claims, and I've insured my dad on it as well, to bring the price down. It cost me 750 quid with no black box. So I'm happy with that. That's good for a VXR and whatever. So yeah, because I suspended my old insurance, I'll have 3 years, and then when this one's done in a couple months, I'll have 4 years no claims. So hopefully it's a lot cheaper to insure in a couple months. I chose the Corsa over the Astra because of insurance. It was like £1,400 for me to get insured on an Astra, and yeah, it was only like 700 for me to get insured on this. So that was a deciding point for me, because you could pick a Corsa up for between like 3 and like 6 grand, I would say, depending on mileage and how well looked after it is and stuff like that. And you could pick up an Astra for about 4, well, yeah, it's still like 3 to like 7 grand. So they are very similar in price, but yeah, obviously a 3 grand Astra won't be as good as a 3 grand Corsa, but maybe a 4 grand Astra. A 4 grand Astra is probably like as good as a 3 grand Corsa kind of thing. So yeah, depending on how much money you have to spend and how many no claims you've got, stuff like that, that's probably the biggest deciding point on the Corsa and the Astra for me. So yeah, back outside the car again, but another pet hate with this car that I have, and it is a pet hate: the doors. They just don't shut. Now I do believe they fixed this. Right, shut that time, didn't it? I do believe they fixed this on the facelift models, but pre-facelift, driver's side and passenger side, the amount of times you will have to shut your door 2 or 3 times to get the door to shut will really start to wind you up, trust me. And you'll drive in and you'll always hear that beeping noise saying there's a door open, and it's really annoying because it doesn't tell you what door, it just says there's a door open. Yeah, pet hate, but you know, it's one of them, and I wanted to put it down as a con of the car, even though I do believe they fixed it on the facelift models. Just before I finish this video, I do want to say another con of this car is that they are known as money pits. Since I've owned the car, I've had to replace a drop link, I've had to replace a top mount, I had to replace a caliper, but they changed the wrong one, so I've got 2 new rear calipers, which is kind of annoying, but one of them. My clutch has just started slipping, and I need a new offside front shock absorber because it's making a really annoying noise. But I do have warranty on this car, and the clutch is covered under warranty, so I'll be phoning them up shortly to see how it all works, because I've not had to use them. I've kind of just little things like drop link and whatever, and the caliper I got done from the garage that I brought them from. But yeah, but overall, even though I've mentioned some cons and like the gearbox and the engine and the car being a bit of a money pit, they are quite expensive cons, but I still would recommend the car just because of how fun it is. And anybody tells you that it's not a fun car to drive, I've never driven one, or they've driven like a lot better cars kind of thing, and it's like a lower end for their standards, which is fair enough, I suppose. But personally, I recommend the car. I love the car. Modification wise, there is so much you can do modification wise. Like if you follow the Facebook pages and stuff like that, you will get inspiration and stuff like that. And I keep saying stuff like that, but yeah, there's so much you can do to them, and visually and performance wise, just remember what I said about cylinder 4, and make sure you get, if you're going to go performance modification, make sure it's done properly. Don't cut corners or nothing like that, because it's not worth it in the long run. But yeah, I will cut this video now. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe. Peace.